Welcome back to the Finer Details, where we go around each of the maps in Hitman and take a look around to see what there is. Today we're in Sapienza again for a bonus episode, because we've been able to get out of bounds using a nice little method that I will leave below in the description. Not sure who's found it, but that's the story I've followed down there. We're going to take a look around and see what changes with nighttime when you're not meant to be able to get in here. So let's start by obviously the front door, and you'll notice around the borders of the door you're able to see through. Obviously they've cut out parts that you're not meant to see. However, when you open the doors that does fix itself manually. In the downstairs all of the objects are still interactable, so you've still got the stair lift will still work that you'd normally use in the mission story in the main mission. The piano still works, you've got dump crates in there that still works, as well as also the chandeliers around the map that do still drop when you shoot them. Other parts that are interactable include Silvio's mother room, where you can ring the bell and also activate the fan in the corner, and the chair will still rock. Moving upstairs, we still have the faucet which you can turn on to cause a water puddle, and you can still also shoot the electrical socket to cause an electrical hazard. Not that anyone will be damaged by it though, apart from 47, he can still be damaged by it. We can also go up into the attic, where you'll find everything is still the same. You've still got the chimney which you can use, and there's also fire extinguishers still on the wall. The final bit for the main mansion is this window here and a few others around the map which, even though they look like they're shut, you can still interact with them. Probably because the developers used the same interactions model, just updated visuals, because they didn't think anyone would ever get in here really. The next part we're going to take a look at is the kitchen area, and when you go in you'll notice that half of it's missing. You've got one cooker which is there, however in the main mission there is another cooker where 47 is walking right now against that wall. Everything else in the kitchen still works, so you've got the tap you can still overflow, the music is still playing as well, and the crates still work as well. Moving on to the island by the manor, you will notice the boat is still there that you normally use as an exit in the main mission. However, obviously it's not actually usable in the side missions here. And if we go further up the island as well, you'll also notice the cannons are still on the map as well. However, once again, they aren't really usable because there isn't the gunpowder or the cannonballs on the map. The next part we're going to look at is the observatory room and that side as well. When you open the doors you'll notice there's a lot missing, and also a lot of the interactions are gone from this room, so you can walk through where this shelf would be and this one. However, when you come to this one, it's weirdly interactable, like there's some sort of invisible fixture here. The stands for the two knives are also there with the knives missing, and the solar system above the room can still be shot down and is still present. Also in the solar system area there is a chimney where normally you can put a propane flask down and see what happens. In this case it still allows us to interact with it, so let's see what happens when we dump it down, or if we even can. And yes, the interaction does still work. And finally on the surface, in case you were wondering, just so you know, yes, the dump crates still do work. And the final area to take a look at in the manor area is the underground lab, which you'll again see is very empty, because you're not meant to see this from the main mission area. So they've obviously taken out the buildings and that to make it easy to load. It's still interesting though how there's these random jets of smoke, fire, whatever. The stalactites are still interactable, you can still shoot those down. In terms of other parts of the lab, there is normally a secret exit you can use to get to the pier area, which obviously is fully bricked up and you cannot destroy. Over here, the pipe that you can normally climb up is still a pipe that you can use to climb up. However, when you get to the top bit, there isn't actually much up here. Normally there's a few tables with ammo crates and that. And in terms of getting into the lab, you'd normally be able to go anywhere really. However, because the keycards for the mission don't load in, the keycard doors are still there, So you have to go round by the rock cliffs, because there is no keycard to be able to get in any of the doors to access the lab. And finally, just a little thing, obviously this is where the pier normally is. If 47 tries to walk into it, he drowns. That's all we've got to see for the out-of-bounds area of Sapienza. This is only accessible in the nighttime version and the landslide version. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.